what is insertion sort and how to implement insertion sort in C language with example. In the previous session I explained about what is sorting and what is meant by sorting algorithm, and let's continue with the bubble sort or comparison sort. Today we will continue another type. There will be three sorting techniques very important in C language. One is called bubble sort, another one is called insertion, at last one is the selection. Today we are going to discuss only insertion sort. Now the question is, what is insertion sort? You can say it's a simple sorting algorithm that works similar to the way you sort playing cards in your hands real time. And also here the array is virtually split into a sorted and unsorted part. Values from the unsorted part are picked and placed at the correct position in the sorted part. Where the array is sorted by taking one element at a time. The principle behind insertion sort is what? Take one element and iterate through sorted array and find its correct position in the sorted array. So what are the elements you have? For example, 5 elements. You can compare one by one and let's sort out. Generally, insertion sort will work and show the output in the sorted manually ascending order. So sorting means what? Arranging the elements in the way it may be ascending or descending. Mostly it will be in the ascending order only. Let's say the algorithm for insertion sort. If you want to understand the insertion sort, you have to understand these steps. Step number 1, if the element is the first one, it is already sorted like that. Move to the next element. Step number 2. Step number 3, compare the current element with all elements in the sorted array. Then if the element is sorted array is smaller than the current element, then iterate through the next element. Otherwise, shift all the greater element in the array by one position towards the right. I'll say the example, there will get clarity. We go for another picture mode also. Then insert the value at the correct position. Repeat until complete the list is sorted. So if you have 5 elements, you have to iterate up to 5 elements and find which is the last element like that. It should be sorted. Let's take the small example before seeing the how to implement sorting algorithm. See one small example here. We have arrays like 25, 17 elements called 13, 12 like that, 31, 13, 2. So if you sort this, what will happen? The output will be 2, 13, 17, 25, 17 like that. How insertion sort will work? The first iteration what happened? It will compare. Listen, I again repeat the logic, very simple. First iteration, the second element is compared with the first element. Second element is compared with the first element. In second iteration, third element is compared with the first two elements. Suppose second time repeating means here it will compare with the first two elements here. Similarly, at last step, the nth element is compared with all the previous elements here, which is the last element 2. So it will compare with all the elements which is greater than like that. So after that it will swap or shift automatically. So totally the involve is 3, 4, 5. Let's go for another representation. We have what will happen the first and second diamond. Yeah, so first iteration. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is array location fixed 1. Here array, this is a temporal value. T is equal to 0. Sorry, T value first become 25. After that the T value, next iteration T value becomes 17. And another iteration T value become 31 like that. Because in programming we have to apply everything. So we have to follow the and easily implement. So here first iteration what happened? 25. Whether it is 25 greater than 17 or not like that. So here automatically 17 is compared to 25, 17 is smaller number. So 17 will shift here and 25 insert here. So remaining elements as you see in the diagram, 31, 32. Then again will compare. So again same information will be there. That is 17, 25, 31, 2 like that. Sorry, 13, 2 like that. Now next iteration what happens? Second iteration. Sorry, we go for second, first and second. Okay. Yeah, then third iteration what happened is here. Check it here. So here, so again we are comparing second and third. So that 25, 13. So you know 13 is the smallest value. So then it will shift here. 13 shifted here and followed by 25. Remaining 31 to as usual. So like that will be we getting the answer. Again we'll compare 13, 17, 25, 31, 2 is there. So like that we can continue. Let's go for third iteration. This is the last one. So like that you can repeat. At last we want output. So we can go for last after fourth iteration. Number of steps what happen? It will be like this only. So again swapping. Again shifting the number 17, 17 30 is there, so 30 will come first place, 17 move here, and followed by 25 31 2. Again comparing we hit again here. Yeah, so again comparing, what will happen? Again shifting. See here, third and fourth over. Now we go for fourth and five. So fourth and fifth one comparing means what? 2 come here and 31 shifted here. Again compare. What will happen? Already 13 17 will be there. Here 2 come here and 25 go to the next position. Now we are getting almost nearest answer. Then you go for again the shifting. That is number of times. Okay, n is equal to 3 4 and so on like that. So now again comparing, so 13, if you compare means the previous elements, what happened? 2 is the smallest one, so 2 shift to middle and 17 come back here and followed by 25 and 31. At last again comparing, 2 will be come to the first position, so simple and easy, first position, and followed by the 13 will be shift here easily, then already it should be the same position, 17 25 31. So at last we got the answer. So simple logic, first iteration, the second element compare with the first element, second iteration the third element compare with the two elements, at last the nth element is compare with all the previous elements, whether it's a 3 or 4, whatever the number of elements, it will compare, at last give the sorted answer. Let's go for program, simple and easy. I don't want to make confusion because C is the mother of all the programming language, and easily you can execute. If you know the logic, you can do any programming based on data structure concept. So let's say take the program here. You have to add additionally math.h to include all the mathematical function. So first I am going to use the function to sort an array using insertion sort. So I can give the function void insertion sort of int array of comma untamed, because in the array size you can give anything, and I am going to give int I comma key comma j, where I am going to give for I is equal to 1, j I less than n, I plus plus, then key is equal to array of I. Here key is equal to array of I stands for the t value, that is temporary value of 0, because the array location start from 0 1 2 and so on. Suppose in the previous program 25 is the t value, another if you go shift it to become 17 like that. You can check any number, sorted sort numbers like 5 or 6 numbers, n value may be 5, n value 6 like that. Then we can move the elements of array of 0 to I minus 1. So we can give the condition while j less than greater than equal to 0, and then array of j greater than key or not, then array of j plus 1 is equal to array of j, then j is equal to j minus 1. Here remember why I am giving j is equal to I minus 1, because in the array structure we are going to compare the second element first element. So if you it will have to come backward. So first the array value 1, okay, array value 1 will be there, so that j is equal to meaning 1 minus 1 0. So second element and first element compare automatically. So whenever condition keep on repeat the loop here till reach the last element. Then I can give array of j plus 1 is equal to key, because key will keep on changing, okay, because just now I told you. Then void print, I want to print the elements I am giving. For I is equal to 1, I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus 1, print a percentage d comma array of I, then print slash n. When I give slash n, it print the lines one by one. So after applying the insertion sort, I have to print the elements also. Then test insertion sort, how can I set? Here very important area, I am going to give the elements. I am the user. Two options is either I can give directly in the program, or I can use the printf scanf statement. So I am going to give int array of 12 11 13 5 6. These elements I am going to sort out with the help of insertion sort. So I am going to give int n is equal to size of array by size of array of 0. That means what? The size of the array is what? 1 2 3 4 5 6. So all the elements will be compared one by one. Array of 0 I am giving because first we will compare the first element, then first with the second, and later second with third. At last the last element compare all the elements and give the clear output here. Then I can give insertion sort of array comma n, then print array of array comma n, return 0. So very simple and easy. So here we have to now this insertion sort part very important, any data structure. If you understand this logic, you can do any program. Let's go for execute in the another mode where I already executed. If you executed, it will give the answer of elements in the ascending order. See like this. So runtime, if you want, you can change it, no issue. So after sorting, it will print the answer in the ascending order only. Yeah, successfully executed. I given the number of 12, 11, 13, 5, 6. So after completion it is a 5, 6, 11, 12, 13 like that. To show one more output, just now I explained here, no, same numbers will give here 17, 25, 31, 13, 2. Seventeen, 25, 31, comma 13, 13, comma 2. So I am the user, runtime I can change and give. Let's execute the program now. We can change the output. If your logic is correct, you will get the answer proper manner. So simple one. Insertion sort is very simple. Easily you can understand. Comparing the first, second and second and third, at last compare everything. Yeah, successfully executed. We got the answer for the insertion sort. That is what? 2, 13, 17, 25, 31. This is all about the insertion sort. The upcoming session definitely we discuss about the selection sort. If any queries or suggestions, please kindly communicate with the social media. And thanks for watching. Please like, support, and subscribe to the channel and share with your friends. Thank you.